And then there's when everything goes south. And that's the basic of this slide. You know, I tried, I waited, I was 100% consistent, and whatever it was, whether I was trying to replace it or I was just trying to prevent it, it's not working. What do I do now? And we've all been there. So here are some good questions to ask yourself where you're like, you know, I really think I got this tell right, and I think I did everything right. So let's take a step back and re-ask ourselves a couple of questions. Number one, like we just talked about, based on the history of the behavior, do you need to keep up your consistency for longer? Again, think about that 10-year-old versus that 3-year-old. Another good question to ask, think back to the tell part. Were we wrong? I've been wrong. This is what I do, and I have completely been wrong in terms of what a student was actually telling me. So some follow-up questions there. What could this challenging behavior to be telling me instead of my initial hunch? And I like to use the example running away, because that is one. Eloping, I'm sorry, I should have probably said eloping, but whatever term you want to use, that is a behavior in terms of what it's telling us that is very, very often misconstrued. We usually assume that a client runs away to get away from us or to get away from a task. There are a bunch of other possibilities. You know, perhaps it is some sort, and I wouldn't speak to how this works. That would definitely be the realm of you OTs, and thank you for what you do, because I don't understand it all. But a student might be having a great experience with you in a task that they enjoy, but there could be something going on with them internally that makes them need a different sensory input. One instance in which eloping or running away is very commonly misconstrued is when it's attention seeking. And that's often misconstrued because it's totally counterintuitive. Like, if you wanted my attention, you would sit next to me and you would do what I asked you to do, so that I praise you and I give you tokens and we play the fun games you want. Well, some of our students have learned that they get more attention by bolting away from us than they do by sitting and engaging in our tasks. And one sort of tip and trick here with your students that elope, pay attention when the student is running away. Is he or she looking forward more or looking more over their shoulder back to you? If they're spending more time looking back to see what you're doing, that's a pretty good sign that at least part of what that student is telling us is, hey, I want your attention, and I know the fastest way to get it is to run away and make you scared so that you chase me. You know, and running away also, sometimes we run from, usually we run away from things that are bad, are scary, are aversive, whatever, but sometimes also we run, you know, we could be perfectly happy, but we just see something better further away. So that what the running away could also be telling us is that I want to get over there to get something that I like better than what's over here. So all of that to say, first two questions to ask yourself if your plan's not working. Do I need to be consistent for longer? And if I'm like, no, I really think I've been consistent long enough, then layer two question would be, did I guess wrong? Did I get the telling part wrong?